Can we still sin in heaven? We all know intuitively the answer should be no, because that would render Christ's sacrifice useless. But also, we don't want to go to heaven for a few days just to be sent to hell after we started feeling something we're not supposed to feel in heaven. And still, is God so stupid he'd sacrifice everything, even to his own death, just to lose us again in the end? I don't think so. The Bible clearly teaches that those who are in Christ are eternally secured in him, implying the impossibility of another heavenly rebellion by humans. And if God is the infinite fountain of beauty, pleasure, virtue, wisdom, and love, like we talked about in the video Defining Hell, then we must all find ourselves so deeply and unexplainably satisfied in him, so that all desires to sin are eternally forgotten. After all, we only commit sin because we want to pursue good things the shorter way. Jonathan Edwards, the famous Puritan theologian, did say, God is the highest good. To go to heaven fully to enjoy God is infinitely better than the most pleasant accommodations here. These are but shadows, but the enjoyment of God is the substance. These are but scattered beams, but God is the sun. These are but streams, but God is the fountain. These are but drops, but God is the ocean. It's beautiful. It's more beautiful than probably anything you've heard in your life. But then, the other question can't escape your mind. How was Lucifer still able to sin? And Adam and Eve, they were all in perfect communion with God. That's the real question, but it's not a question that cannot be answered. We already know what the sin of Lucifer was, and Adam and Eve's sin wasn't any different from his, as we discussed in the video on the worst sin. Their sin was pride. Lucifer by coveting God's throne, and Adam and Eve by coveting God's moral authority through the forbidden fruit. And my question is this: we, knowing full well in heaven that we're only wretched sinners redeemed by the precious, precious blood of Christ because of God's tender mercies upon us, do you think we'd really still have that sense of pride that led Lucifer to covet God's throne and Adam and Eve to covet God's moral authority? Not even mentioning we'd know fully the entire consequences of their sins as well. I don't think so. I think on top of being so fully and so deeply satisfied in God's glorious presence, we'd all be so profoundly humbled knowing we really aren't even worthy to see a single beam of God's glory. And yet, there we stand so boldly being proclaimed as God's children only because the holy judge of the universe pardoned us by his very blood. And that makes all the difference.